Course in Miracles, number 51. And if you missed the last episode, we talked about resting in God. And that was kind of a milestone, number 50 video in this series. And today I'm going to continue a little bit with the theme of resting in God. That's something that I think resting's always been hard to me, just in general, resting. And then resting in God is not always something that people understand. Like, how do you do it? And I think the main understanding I want to give on that I see it as, is God's the mind of Christ. God is changeless. Like, His promises are always available. The Holy Spirit's always available to guide us and help us and direct our steps. Um, and sometimes when we're not resting, we're trying to obviously do it ourselves or figure it out on our own, or using our ego to push through, for example. And there's many, many possibilities. Where resting as God is kind of trusting on those promises in His word, and following the guidance of the Holy Spirit. So we need to take time to do that. It becomes a practice that we can do. And it's not that you're going to be perfect at it if you haven't done it before, but it's really about changing the mind to understand the changeless, meaning understanding the ways of God are changeless and always there. Where our mind sometimes like, well, it's not going the way I want, and I'm mad, sad, depressed, angry, hurt, whatever. Instead of, what we got to do, change the mind. We've talked about changing the mind before, to rest on what God is, who God is, and how the Holy Spirit can guide us. So that is not that hard when we can understand resting. However, through our days, there are those distractions that can keep us from resting. So if resting in God seems like a too far of a shift, then how about changing your mind about understanding how God works, and what little change can you make to help that understanding to get to the spot of resting in God? So that's kind of what I'm working on, changing the mind a little bit so I can rest in God fully. And we're getting there. And I wanted to share that with you today as encouragement that you can change your mind. It could be in an instant, or it could be little by little. And hopefully, either way, all of us get to the point that we can rest in God's promises and not just the ways of the world only. So have a blessed day.